The Haunted Theatre, Curse of the Ancient Play. Theatre lights flickered, casting eerie shadows on the worn wooden floor of the grand majestic theatre. A group of dedicated actors, led by the ambitious director, Miranda Gray, were rehearsing their new play, The Cursed Legend. The script was based on an old legend of a village haunted by vengeful spirits, a story that had fascinated Miranda since childhood. Miranda stood at the edge of the stage, her piercing blue eyes focused on her actors. "Let's take it from the top, everyone. Remember, we need to capture the despair and fear of the villagers." The cast, an eclectic mix of seasoned performers and eager newcomers, took their places. As they recited their lines, an unsettling chill filled the theatre. The air seemed heavier, and the usual hum of the city outside was replaced by an unnatural silence. David, the lead actor playing the village elder, felt a shiver run down his spine as he delivered his lines. "The spirits demand retribution. We must appease them, or suffer their wrath." His voice echoed eerily, sending a wave of unease through the cast. As rehearsals progressed, strange occurrences became more frequent. Props moved on their own, whispered voices echoed in the empty theatre, and cold drafts chilled the air despite the summer heat. The cast tried to laugh it off, attributing it to overactive imaginations and the power of suggestion. But deep down, a growing fear gnawed at them. One night, after a particularly intense rehearsal, Miranda found an old, leather-bound book tucked away in the theatre's dusty archives. The cover was adorned with strange symbols, and the pages were filled with ancient incantations and stories of the vengeful spirits from the play. Intrigued, Miranda took the book home. She spent the night poring over its contents, discovering that the play was more than just a story. It was a reenactment of real events that had taken place centuries ago. The spirits of the wronged villagers were said to be bound to the legend, and anyone who delved too deeply risked awakening their wrath. Determined to bring authenticity to the play, Miranda decided to incorporate some of the book's elements into the script. She taught the cast the incantations, insisting that they would add depth to their performances. The actors, though uneasy, complied with her instructions. During the final dress rehearsal, the tension in the air was palpable. The cast gathered in a circle on stage, reciting the ancient incantation as the script demanded. As the last word left their lips, a sudden gust of icy wind swept through the theatre, extinguishing the lights. Panic ensued. The actors stumbled in the darkness, their breaths visible in the freezing air. Shadows moved independently of their owners, and the whispered voices grew louder, more menacing. The theatre, once a place of dreams and creativity, had become a nightmare. David felt a cold hand grip his shoulder, and he turned to see a ghostly figure with hollow eyes staring at him. He screamed, but his voice was swallowed by the darkness. One by one, the cast members were confronted by apparitions of the villagers they had been portraying. Miranda, standing at the center of the stage, watched in horror as her actors were pulled into the shadows, their screams echoing in the empty theatre. She tried to call out, to stop the madness, but her voice was drowned out by the vengeful wails of the spirits. As the last of her cast disappeared, Miranda was left alone, the ghostly figures closing in on her. She realized too late the grave mistake she had made. The spirits had been summoned, and they demanded retribution. She felt a cold hand wrap around her throat, and the world faded to black. The grand majestic theatre stood silent and empty the next morning. The cast and crew were never seen again, their fates sealed by the curse they had unwittingly unleashed. The theatre's doors were locked, and it was abandoned, gaining a reputation as a place of haunted whispers and lost souls. To this day, those brave enough to peer through the dusty windows of the grand majestic claim to see shadows moving on the stage, and hear faint echoes of the ill-fated troupe's final performance. A chilling reminder of the danger of delving too deeply into cursed legends. Like and subscribe for more chilling tales.